Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Green. This is the Mr. Green Family and Finance Show. Mr. Green Family and Finance Show is brought to you, of course, by uh, my company, Mr. Green Insurance Group. So we just ask, are you a real estate investor or are you a key man in your organization? If you are in need for property insurance or even key man insurance, we specialize in those particular products. Feel free to give me a call or email me at dgreen@mrgreeninsurance.com or call at 410-346-9659 if you are in the Maryland area. All right, so let's get into it today. So yes, we are this is the Mr. Green Family and Finance Show. This is my show. Just want to discuss a few topics for this week. This week in the stock market, we have a few companies reporting. A few companies I like, Costco, company. And I'm sorry, before I begin, any stock recommendations are for me and my own purpose only. They're not recommendations for you or your portfolio because I do not know your financial situation. I do not know your risk tolerance. So please make any decisions or if you decide to buy any stocks that I mentioned in this show, let it be upon you to do your own research and background work to see if the stock is the right stock for you. And stocks and all investments can be risky, and you can lose some or all of your investment. Okay, great. So this week in the stock market, we have a few companies earning. More on the retail side, we have Costco. Costco is a great company. It's one of the companies that actually Warren Buffett used to hold. I know. I think he sold uh, sometime last year. He sold his stake in Costco, but Costco. I don't know if you've ever been to a Costco store. They have items in there and they go quickly. Everything that they have certain items. The pricing is usually really good. But one thing about Costco, and I'm going to get into this later, is about inflation. Is they are able to pass the increased costs they may have because of inflation on to the consumer because the prices are already really good, and maybe they just get they just become instead of really good, maybe they're just really good now. But people will still buy Costco and still shop at Costco because they will still probably be one of the best, um, uh, have some of the best prices around. Home Depot, I'm a real estate investor. I spent a lot of time at Home Depot and at Lowe's. They're reporting this week. I expect them to do really well. Only thing about Home Depot, I just looking on their financial statement, and they do have a lot of debt. A little worried about that, but I think that they're a great company to hold, to put in your portfolio, especially with the increased demand of housing. I mean, is just been really crazy with that the increased demand of housing. So that Home Depot is definitely going to benefit from that. And Walmart always shopped at Walmart, always been a Walmart shopper. I expect them to do well and have their sales to do well. It's a company, that has adapted to the threat of Amazon and having they decided um, to have an internet presence. They went out and acquired a company to have that internet presence, but they still have some of the best prices also. One of the best retails around. So it'd be interesting to see how these stocks report this week, but there's definitely some good stocks. Price wise for these stocks, I mean, the stock market is a little bit stretched, but when you look at how much money is floating around looking for good investments, prices will be stretched. And I won't say that the prices are bad because, I mean, where else are you going to put your money, these days? Bitcoin crashed. Elon Musk over the weekend. There was a report that said he sold all his Bitcoin holdings. If you don't know Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, he decided to purchase, instead of keeping his the earnings of Tesla in dollars, he purchased billions, I think 1.5 or a large $1 billion stake in Bitcoin. And over the weekend, it stated that he said he was going to sell it, and the Bitcoin crashed. I mean, it's already been down. I think it reached a high of like 64,000, and now it's been ranging between since this weekend, 43,000 to 44,000. But you can look at it. Maybe this is the opportunity to buy. The chart on Bitcoin is a little scary. If you put the chart out um, to um, to the all time, you look at the end of that chart. It really shows that it's going down. But once again, where are you going to put your money? It's been one of the best assets. Has outperformed everything in regards to Bitcoin. So we'll see how it plays out. I often will take risk dollars and buy some more, especially when has decreased in value. I look at risk differently. I look at risk in regards to when the price decreases and not when the price is increasing. And unfortunately, you get a lot when the price is increasing, a lot of emotions and things are in the get into the prices of things, and people start to rush in and get it. But if you sit down and sit back, you'll get good pricing. So therefore, you get a little run rate for the stock, meaning that if you buy for a certain amount and then it has some room to go up. So I believe in buying things at a discount. Say um, inflation. It's really a big topic right now. It's going. So let me just give my point of view on this. Basically, we're having a surge in demand. I mean, it really, this inflation shock that we're having right now in regards to prices really shouldn't be a big surprise. If you think about it, for a whole year, I mean, no one was really buying anything. Everyone was stuck inside. You couldn't really go anywhere, and you couldn't really buy anything. And if you're an extrovert, as soon as the restrictions were lifted, you were out there buying and getting back into things. With me being more introverted, I'm still cautious about things, but each his own in regards to that. I won't get into that, but inflation, because people have begun buying again. And what happened is during COVID, when everything shut down, manufacturers had to really shut down their factories or slow down their factories, and they weren't producing some of them. Now, if you were making Clorox, or any type of disinfectant, you're trying to ramp up to crazy to keep up with demand. But for most things, where things, purchasing a lot of consumer items, people weren't buying things, right? So now all of a sudden the demand has come back, and these companies, they have to ramp up their production, and not only get people back to work. And that's another thing that's going on. A lot of people haven't come back to work, or deciding not to go back to work, and are working, and therefore, companies have to pay people more money to come back because of the benefits that were given out. That's been the talk on financial media, the benefits that have been given out. Is one of the reasons why people won't come back to work. But all of that has been a mix of causing inflation in housing, the cost of housing, meaning with the pandemic, people decided they don't want to be in apartments. So you have all these people that were maybe on a fence or looking to buy a house. Now they just entered the market with the people who are already looking, and you get a mix of crazy demand. Um, the price of lumber. I mean, I saw that chart, and then maybe I'll start presenting charts on my show. But I mean, it's crazy if you see it, within the last year. I mean, they said it will cost $34,000, I think, extra when you're looking at purchasing a new house in regards to cost of lumber. So it's a lot of that going on right now, and it's a cause of inflation. And it's when right now we have a lot of dollars chasing some goods that have not uh, been produced to the level that they need to be, because basically, as a business, you only produce what you think you can sell. You want to produce more than what you can sell. And for that, because of demand and how businesses slow down demand, is they increase prices. And increasing prices allow you to slow down demand. But if you're a good business person and you have a product that people want, of course you're going to increase prices. But also the raw materials are going up because everyone has these demand, and they're trying to get these raw materials. I mean, it's just, I still have not been able to purchase a PlayStation 5 for my kids. I've been looking everywhere. Everywhere I go online, no one has them. I mean, it's in the what I've heard is it's because of the chip shortage. Um, so I mean, it's definitely here. Inflation is definitely here. It has a lot to do with the ramping up of demand that was gone. So you really kind of expect to have inflation and for inflation to be here. So I think the rest of the week will be interesting, I guess, with the stock market earnings, and we'll see that. So getting back to my real estate report, what I like to get in, and right now it's really difficult. I mean, businesses are having trouble finding finding employees, finding workers to come in and work. And the real estate, the business that I'm in, as a real estate investor, it's hard finding contractors. I mean, contractors are really high demand now, and it's a period of time where they can really just price what they want to price, to just for the fact of that they have so much demand, they can't keep up, with this surge and investors trying to get their products or their houses on the market. Um, Even people who are looking to sell their house are looking to get some things done to the house so they can put their house on the market. So it's a lot of demand factors from that standpoint. So if you're an investor or you're thinking about becoming a real estate investor, that is one issue you might have, and maybe you won't. Maybe you have a set of workers that you've been working with. I did, but during the pandemic, I did not. We kind of separated ways, and so we didn't. Myself and the workers that I had, I don't have those workers anymore. But you know, developing new relationships, and that's what a real estate investor, what you have to do. You have to develop some new relationships, and you have to kind of go along with what's going on and make do with what you have. And I've developed new relationships. I got some new contractors, which are working out great for me right now. But it's still not easy, trying to get things done because it's such a high demand. And I don't blame the contractors. This business is really cyclical, right? Go up and down. At any time, this demand can cease. I don't see it going down anytime soon, but anything can happen. So right now, those are probably some of the things you need to think about if you want to come into the real estate market. And if you're a key man, you really need to think about how inflation is affecting your either your employees or the people who are helping you run your organization. So the stress can be high. When you have a paycheck and it's not going as far as it used to. So just to be cognizant of that, and you always have to look at investing, saving where you can, and really doing everything you can really to move your family forward financially. And so that is it for this week. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at dgreen@mrgreeninsurance.com, or you can reach out and call me. I hope everyone liked the show, and hey, please share my show. I'm trying to grow my following, so share it. I know it's a lot of content out there these days, but I'm going to continue to produce content, and I hope beneficial content that'll help you and your family to go to the next level financially. All right, thank you. Bye bye.